section 1, which is called Why Seacret, so we can put the foundation in place. The next subsequent trainings over the next few weeks are going to build on that, build on that, build on that. And so you're going to have a well-rounded education as to how to do it in this business. I assure you, though, the principles and the skills that you'll learn here, will transcend just this business. You'll be able to take it in your life and do whatever you want to do. I'm not just telling you what I've learned here because of this. I've gone from 0 to success, back to 0 to success. This is my 3rd time up. Now I've learned a lot all 3 times. This time I'm not going to lose it again. Hopefully, God. But the reality is, you learn. You learn, and like, here's the cool. Once you learn how to do this, no one can take the knowledge away from you. That's the beautiful part about it. Once you figure it out, man, you can do it at will. You can do it at will. How many would like to be able to figure out how to become wealthy just in your mind? Yeah. And then watch it become reality. This is the foundation. Now, for some of you, this may sound like craziness, because it did to me when I first was hearing this information. I'm like, man, come on. How does that work? How is that real? Because I'd never experienced it before. So for some of you, I'll give you this little bit. The first time to $1 million is the funnest time. I promise you, the first time to $1 million. Now, how many people earn $1 million in your career? Come on, some of you have it. Isn't it true? The first million isn't the best. It's the best million because you don't know, especially if you never come from money. It's like, can I do it? I don't know. Remember that excitement? You're like, man, I hope this happens for me. And all of a sudden, bam, it actually really happens. For some of you right now, this is going to be an amazing experience. It's going to be unbelievable, and I'm looking forward to it. But it starts with belief. So I want to put this belief in sequence. First, you guys, for those of you that this is your first training, you're starting at the very beginning. Now the good news is you say, well, what happens when someone starts next week? That's okay. They start with products and we recycle. So you're going to learn about why. You're going to learn about products. You're going to learn about like wow parties, how to do them. You're going to learn about communication skills. You're going to learn about recruiting, sponsoring, team building, mastering events. You're going to learn every little aspect of this program. By the time you've graduated, you'll have that foundation. Some of you are going to be through the ranks of the company. Some of you are going to be making some great income. Some of you, again, going to be like me, just now you're ready. And so we go through this several times. First time, you get your associate's degree. Second time, you get your bachelor's. Third time, you're going to get your MBA, your master's. You know what I love about this is, like, you know, they say Masters of Business Administration, right? What we call it, massive bank account. So much fun. Okay, so here we go. Why Seacret? Let's go through this. First, we're going to talk really about network marketing, okay? Let's talk about this aspect of it. Network marketing, we know the employment rate in the United States, don't we? Now, it's kind of an epidemic across the world. Okay, by the way, you can pass these forms out. You guys can follow along, kind of fill it out, fill in the blanks if you like, so that way you have some of these notes and some of this information. Now, as you get these, again, fill them in. It's good to go through it, but I'm going to go through this real quickly. We don't have a lot of time. If we skip some stuff, just come afterwards. We'll help you out. Now, 16.6% of the eligible workers are unemployed or underemployed. I want you to think about that just for a second. That means most people right now are either looking for work or they're working in an area of life that they have more skill set than what they're settling for. So that means that not only are they looking for work, they're looking for something better. A lot of times we think, I don't know if I want to approach somebody, but you have to understand that not everybody's wearing a hat that says help me on it. Not everybody's wearing a hat saying, hey, look, I need some help. You'd be surprised how many people I've met that were doing well just 5-10 years ago that today aren't doing that well. And they're not going and broadcasting it. A lot of people feel embarrassed by it. Like me, I got over that. I got over it. Like when I'm broke, I'm saying I'm broke. I don't have any money. I don't mind saying it because I'm not broken. I just don't have any money. There's a difference. Right? So some people, though, I've realized, man, they think that their worth or their money is what they are. So they're embarrassed by it. They try to hide it. So I'm not trying to call somebody out. I'm just saying, hey, look, I want to offer everyone an opportunity, because some people, if they're in a bad situation, they're not telling you about it. They're going to see opportunity for themselves, and they're going to see a way out. That's what you want to do. So I realized that. You know, 56% of 2010 graduates were unable to even find work in their area of study. It's astonishing, isn't it? I mean, we're all taught the way to success is what? Go to school, get good grades, go out there, work really hard, right? And one day you can retire and live the American dream. But that's not the reality today, is it? I mean, you go through this like crazy. You had 250,000 new families that are into foreclosure. You know, almost every single year since 2009. It's been crazy. Let me go back. I mean, like average credit card debt, this is what kills me. About just under $16,000. Most of them are about 20 to 29% interest. You all know if you make the minimum payments of 29% interest, your balance increases. Anyone ever been like that? I remember doing that. I have a credit card debt. I make my minimum payments. The next thing you know, I owe more money. I'm like, what's going on? That's not smart. Would you agree? Do you think wealthy people do that? No, they do not. Wealthy people are the ones that own the credit card companies. Okay, real quickly. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Another great book to read. Okay, and again, we're laying the foundation here. He has this thing called the cash flow quadrant. He talks about it. The first part of the cash flow quadrant is an employee. This is how you can get cash flow. All the ways you can get flow of cash into the bank account, into the family vault, into the home. First way is employee, right? You go trade time for money. You go trade time for money. And you get an income. Now most of the time what happens is that income goes right back out into your expenses, and the government right here is your biggest expense if you're an employee. Were you aware of that? I wasn't aware of it. Taxes are your #1 expense. Now, when you have a job, the government gets their hands on your money before you do. Did you know that having a home-based business, a secret business, can give you incredible tax advantages? Now, I'm not a CPA, so you're going to want to find out from a CPA what that looks like for you. But I promise you, some of you can start earning or saving income rather from taxes right away. Your home-based business can automatically start to become a profit center for you. Again, I'm not a CPA. I know this is being recorded. Check with your CPA. Self-employed. This is like your professionals. Your people. A lot of people think they're business owners, right? Because they have their own business and they have their name on it. They have like a construction company, or they have a dental office, or they have a tax firm, or they're a doctor, work in their private practice, and they own. What they really do is they own a job. And now, of course, they're able to control their income, but the problem with it is, if they don't work, they don't eat. If they don't work, they don't make money. Anyone ever been a small business owner before? Is that a fun experience? No. It can be, and a lot of times it's not. Right? Because you have employees, you have overhead. Do your employees steal from you? No? Yes. Yes. If they're not just stealing directly, they're stealing from time. They're adding time to stuff. It's a headache a lot of the times. People are working like crazy. And you can't go on vacation because if you come back, sometimes the office is gone. Okay? So you're always on your business, always on your business. Okay? This is another way you can earn income now. Very hard to get wealthy over here, ladies and gentlemen. Very hard to get wealthy. You can make good income, but it's hard to get wealthy. You want to know where to get wealthy? Wealthy is on this side of the coffin. First is big business. Business owner. Now, definition of a business owner is you own an asset, a business asset that is earning income, and you get it to a point where you can actually step away and that business continues to pay you, whether you are there or not. That's a business. That, in my opinion, that's a business. In Forbes' opinion, that's a business. A business is something that you can start and you can walk away from, like a Starbucks. Okay, you think the guy who started Starbucks is making coffees? No, he's not. Okay, I mean, like people who own businesses become very, very successful. And let me give you a little hint. Your business, your secret business, is actually a big business. You can create this, get it going, and you can step away from it, and it will continue to pay you every single day, as you get this thing rocking. Okay? Then what you want to do is learn to be an investor. This is where you take your cash flow and you start investing. Have your money work for you. This is the way wealthy people get wealth and continue to keep wealth. Okay, this is very important. Secret, I'll just tell you, as a community, our goal isn't to help you just earn a big cash flow. Our goal is to teach you how to become wealthy, what to do with your money, how not to spend it all. I can tell you what, I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about it. You know, because the first time I made money, I spent all of it. That's not smart. Okay, I mean, that was what happened. I had a lot of money, and I spent all of it. I bought all sorts of stuff. Now, it's not bad to have nice things. The thing is, there's an order of it. There's an order of it. Once you start getting cash flow, and some of you are going to become very successful. Once you have cash flow, you want to start creating assets. You want to start getting additional sources of revenue. You want to be able to invest your money. make sure that you're safe and your family's taken care of before you start buying lots of fancy things. That way your children's children are taken care of. We can create an asset here with your business, with your secret business, to produce a very large cash flow. Some of you are going to become incredibly successful by building your secret business. And then we're going to teach you what to do with that money. Or again, you might want to just figure out how this works. Okay? Let's go on to the next slide here. That was a video, wasn't it? Do you have the audio? No, we don't have the time for it. Okay. Here's some good statistics for you guys. Okay? Every week, more than 55,000 Americans in the United States sign up for network marketing. 55,000 people every week, every single week, more now than ever before as professionals have been getting started in this industry. 400,000 every week around the world. That's insane. You go, well, who's looking? Lots of people are looking, ladies and gentlemen, lots of people. It's one of the most number one hit things on the internet. It's always at the top. Work from home, start my own business. These are key terms that people are looking for. Why? Because people are sick and tired of working for somebody else. People understand that they're not going to be able to get ahead if they're just working their job. How many figure that out by yourselves? You're like, man, have you ever looked around? When I was working for a job, for a boss, I used to go look around a lot of people going, man, people work 10 years, 15 years there, longer than me, but I don't want their lifestyle. They didn't have the success. They didn't have the time with their families. They didn't have the type of lifestyle that I was looking for. So that's why people are looking, more now than ever before. Again, throughout the world, there's more than 40 million network marketing distributors. Just understand that this is a big industry. It's not small. It's not one of those things. It's not like it used to be. Today, more doctors, more lawyers, more CPAs, more professionals from all walks of life are getting into this industry because they see it as a way for them to earn that big business income, that ability to earn passive residual cash so they can stop working. How many in this room would like to be able to work for a couple of years and be able to stop working and have that income not only continue but increase over the next 5, 10 years? I mean, it goes without saying, doesn't it? We all want that. This is how we get that, okay? 91%, this is a big statistic here. We've grown more than 91% in the last 10 years. When the rest of the economy, the rest of everything else is going this way, our industry is going up and to the right. 91%. This is huge, okay? Huge. And look, I believe with every fiber of my being that this is the dawn of a new age. That right now, it's only, I believe in the next 10 years, it's not a matter of whether you're going to do network marketing or not, it's a matter of what company you're doing it with. Look, that's just the way it is. Like, people understand it, it makes sense. And to position yourself with a company like Seacret at the beginning, my goodness. Of course, you've got, former heads of state, Bill Clinton talking about direct sales industry promotes core values around the globe, gives people a chance to improve their lives. You got British Prime Minister Tony Blair saying direct sales is a tremendous contribution to the overall prosperity of the economy. Now, whether you like these people or not, they're incredibly influential in the marketplace, aren't they? So I mean, you can argue with, well, I don't like their politics. Who cares? They were ahead of nations. And so these people are saying, listen, this is where it's at. You've had Oprah talking about it. You've had Warren Buffett. Now, does anyone argue that Warren Buffett is the world's best investor? I mean, arguably he's one of the best in the world. I mean, certainly one of the wealthiest people in the world. He's known for his shrewd and intelligent investment in businesses. And this is what he said. Here's a quote. The best investment I ever made in 2010 was purchasing a network marketing direct sales company called Panther Shell. It has 4 companies that are in the industry. I mean, look, you got billionaire investors. How about Donald Trump? Anyone ever heard of him? Here's interesting. He was on a talk show, a late night talk show, and he was saying, he was being interviewed. This is like after the second time he came up, right? He'd already lost everything. He went from a billionaire to nothing. I mean, a billionaire to nothing, and came back to being a billionaire. And the guy's he's done it a couple times. He knows what he's doing, and he's sitting there being interviewed, and he's on this talk show, and they asked him. They said, "So if you were to start all over again, what would you do? Would you do real estate again?" He's like, "No." He's like, "What I would do is I'd find a good network marketing company, and I would get to work." And the whole audience booed him. Like, oh, boo! And without missing a beat, Donald Trump says, "That's why you're up there and I'm up here." I was like, I remember just watching that going, damn. Like, he didn't even miss a beat. He's like, look, that's why you're broke. because you don't think, you're not thinking out of the box. That's what he was. That's what he was saying. Now you also got people like anyone ever heard of Richard Branson?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, have you read his book, Like a Virgin? Man, that book is awesome. This guy's had an incredible life. Also launched his own network marketing company, huge promoter of the industry, huge promoter. Of course, Richard DeVos, you know, he owns the Orlando Magic. I think that's network marketing's done okay for him. Okay. Have you ever heard of Herbalife? You know, Galaxy, of course, you know this guy, Beckham.
Yeah.
He's got Herbalife all over him. Okay, this gentleman actually started as a distributor. As a distributor in the company, the skill set he learned there helped him create OmniLife. He became a billionaire. He's doing okay. Great skill set. What's the point? You got very powerful and successful people, billionaires, heads of state, that are saying, this is an industry. It's a great industry. So I don't know what you've heard before. You see, a lot of times, if you're like me, I heard from my broke Uncle Bob that network marketing is a scam. Oh, it's one of those things. Don't do it. I'm so glad I didn't listen to broke Uncle Bob. Because guess where I'd be? Broke Uncle Josh. One of my mentors said this, and this is one thing that changed my life. He said, listen, Josh, look, if someone doesn't have what you want, why listen to them? They may be a good person. God bless them, they're a good person. You know, maybe they're a great spiritual leader. Right? Well, listen to them when it comes to spiritual things. But if they're broke, don't listen to them when it comes to financial things. Yep. They may be a great person when it comes to marriage and relationships. Maybe they have the best relationships. But if they're broke, don't listen to them about money. Listen to them about relationships. My mentor said, listen, Josh, when it comes to money, listen to people that have a lot of it. Doesn't that just make sense, though? Yeah. See, here's the hard part for me. When I was broke, I hung out with a bunch of broke people. And these broke people, man, they fooled me. Because I remember when I got in this industry, I was working on this assembly line, right? And this guy, Mario, and I looked up to him because he was like my supervisor. And I was all excited about my new business. I'm all pumped up. I'm like, man, I'm trying to recruit him, trying to talk about it. He's like, Josh, this stuff doesn't work. And he was so sincere. He's like, man, you're not going to make any money. I'm like, I'll never forget it. I was like feeling like, man, this guy, because he was so sincere. I mean, he really meant it. He was trying to save me. And then I thought about it. Like, man, you make $9 an hour like me. Like, if this isn't how you succeed, how do you do it? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, then shut up. Respectfully. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't mean it disrespectfully. Like, dude, like, you don't know, so stop telling me stuff. Problem is, broke people, they have huge financial opinions. Have you ever met those people? Come on. You met them, haven't you? Yeah. Did they try to tell you how it is? Like, no, that's not how you make money. You're like, we almost listen to them. It's crazy. Crazy. My mentor said, stop listening to broke people, man. If you listen to them, you will be with them. Yep. It's like, you got to make a choice, man. Make a choice. Hang out with your broke friends, listen to them all day, and you'll be with them for the rest of your life. So don't complain about it anymore. It's like, if that's the life you want to live, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Ask yourself, look yourself in the mirror. What do you want in your life? It's like, you know, when we were in high school or junior high, remember those yearbooks they used to give us? Remember those things? Remember anyone ever writing your book, never change? How stupid is that, right? Well, I'm so glad I changed from that person. Man, that was horrible. No, life is all about change. The saddest thing is when people graduate high school or college, they stop changing. They stop learning. They stop growing. They start conforming with the rest of society. And then next thing you know, they're like sheep. It's like, man, wake up. Wake up. Life is more than that. You can become whatever you want to become. I don't know what anyone else lied to you about, but I can promise you this. If I can succeed, if some of these other people you see can succeed, so can you. I don't believe God gave any one of us a vision or a dream that we didn't also have the ability to achieve. It just takes time. It takes a willingness to do something different. So if you look at what USA Today said, look, want a recession-proof job? Think direct sales. That's USA Today, 2009. It's only gotten better. They've had more and more articles out. I mean, look at Wall Street Journal. Anyone ever heard about the Wall Street Journal? Yeah. I mean, they talk about business stuff, don't they? Pretty respectable publication. True or false? They're talking about why now is the correct time for direct selling. This is July 4th, 2011. It's only getting better, guys. So you have major professional business periodicals and news publications saying, look, this is the way to go. This is actually good. You have heads of state, billionaires saying, look, this is good. And then my broke Uncle Bob saying, no, it's bad. Who do you listen to? It's just a new education, a different way of looking at it. Of course, Paul Zane Pilzer, this gentleman is a leading economist. He's actually consulted with several presidents of the United States on economy. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But he's well listened to and well respected around the world because of his view. In fact, he nailed the crash. He talked about it in advance. This is what's happening. You guys are killing yourself. You guys are crazy. He said exactly what's going to happen, and it happened. And what he talks about is the next 10 million millionaires. I'll repeat that. The next 10 million millionaires. He talks about it's going to be coming out of the direct selling community. That's where it's coming from. Big, big, big deal. Okay? Direct selling, this is where it's at. This is what you want to be participating in. Okay? Why network marketing again? I'm not going to go through all this stuff, but you get it. Job security. Again, it gives you more security, having a plan B, having something to fall back on, having a new set of skills, making more money, having freedom. You know, all this good stuff. Then go into the last part of this. Okay? Again, I know I'm kind of pounding this, but another thing that my mentor taught me, he said, Josh, look, at your job, how many people are responsible for your income your first year?
You.
One. At your second year, how many people are responsible for your income? Your third year? Fourth year? Fifth year? Your 10th year? One. If you're the only person responsible for your income, how do you stop working? I mean, think about that for a second. How do you stop working if you're the only one responsible for the way you make money? What I love about network marketing, what I love about your secret business. See, at Seacret, you can start to build a distribution network. Now, let's stop talking about the pie in the sky. You can make all these great numbers right away. Do you think it's possible, probable, and plausible that within 1 year you can find 5 human beings that are willing to work this business? 12 whole months, you can find 5. You think that's reasonable? Am I blowing smoke here? 5 people in 1 year. Okay, so at the end of your first year, how many people are responsible for your income? 5. Is that better than 1?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Now, all 5 are doing what you're doing. They're doing what you're doing. In fact, you didn't find 5 the second year, just those 5 did. So at the end of the second year, how many people were responsible for your income? Well, 25 plus 5. 30. Is that better than 1?
Yes.
Okay? Again, there's no rock stars, no superstars on your team. Everyone's only finding 5 in a full year. 5 people that are willing to do it. By the end of your 5th year, you've got 3,125 people responsible for your income. Let me ask you a question. If you had 3,125 people responsible for your income, can you stop working?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Wow.
Yes, you can. Okay? Now, don't quit your job today. Let me repeat that for the sake of emphasis. Do not quit your job today. Don't do it. You don't need to. Look, what's the beauty about this business is it's part-time. In fact, I'd encourage you to keep your business and keep your job until you're making so much money with your part-time business that it's just obscene. It's just crazy. Can you imagine making twice as much money part-time as you are full-time on your job?
Yeah.
How cool would that be? That story would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I mean, all of a sudden you're showing up at work in a new car. You're showing up with a better pep in your step, nicer clothes. You're happier all the time. People going, what's going on with you? You're like, man, I'm making twice as much part-time. Do you think if someone made you mad, have you ever had a boss that makes you upset?
Yeah.
If you're making twice as much part-time, do you think you'd put up with it the same way? Like, excuse me? I mean, your posture would be different. Everything would be different, wouldn't it? Time is fun. It's fun. Don't quit your job. Okay. Let's see here. Again, skincare. Now we know about why network marketing, why skincare. $300 billion spent on skincare worldwide. And it's a monster business, folks. In 2009, 90 million people purchased skincare. Now here's what I tell you, because these are older statistics. Don't worry about them. Research it yourself. Look at it yourself. And how much? Okay, gotcha. Average American today spends $80 to $100 per month on skincare products. That's just a reality. Again, in the beginning, I'm like, well, I don't use skincare. And Warren Buffett said this. He said, look, make what you love to do your hobby. Make what everyone else likes to do your business. The reality is people buy skincare, folks. Lots of people. Lots of people care about their skin. Now, I wasn't one of those people when I first got started. Now I do. You know, when my wife compliments me, it makes me happy. So I keep putting the stuff on. You know, and she's like, hey, you should keep, like, especially when I haven't done it for a while, she's like, man, I can tell you're not using Seacret. Like, I don't say anything, well, whatever, but then in the morning, I'm like, I'm telling you. Okay, all of us do the same thing. Here's the cool thing. Like, ladies, have you ever worn like a nice dress or nice shoes and you get compliments on it?
Yeah.
Do you keep wearing them?
Yeah.
Now you're like, now you wear them all the time. Guys, if you have a nice tie or shirt or something, you get a compliment. You do it more often. You wear a cologne, right? Someone compliments you on it, you're spraying that stuff everywhere. It's the same thing with skincare. Once you start using this, people start going, hey, your face looks good. What's happening? You're like, oh man, it's my secret. You start using it more, okay? Now, this is a statistic I use all the time when I'm talking to people, especially people who are in marketing, people who are already in direct sales. Look, of the top 10 direct selling companies, 9 of them are in skin. You all heard of Avon, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay, Avon, $10 billion, actually $11 billion now, almost $12 billion. Amway, almost $10 billion now. This is the 2010 numbers. Artistry Skincare is responsible for the majority of their revenue, especially in Asia. Okay, Jaffer Cosmetics, $3.1 billion. Herbalife, their new efficient skincare, also responsible for a big lion's share of their revenue, $2.4 billion. Mary Kay Cosmetics, any heard of Mary Kay?
Yeah.
$2.4 billion. Primerica Services is the only one that's not skincare. $2.3 billion. Tupperware, beauty control, also a lion's share of their revenue. Forever Living Products, Aloe Vera, 1978, $2.1 billion. Oriflame Cosmetics, $1.6 billion. Natural Cosmetics, $1.5 billion. New Skin, $1.2 billion. Billion. All of them have in common is skincare. Okay, all these are skincare. The only one that's not is Primerica, which is they sell annuities, so they sell big ticket items. Why is that important? If you're looking at the game board, you're looking at all the companies in the industry. We're going, okay, the industry's where to be, obviously. This is the right industry. True or false? I mean, the statistics show it. It is what it is. So then, in this industry, what's the best product category to be a part of? Wouldn't it stand to reason that the product category that's creating the most billion-dollar companies? These are the top 10 in order. Wouldn't it stand to reason that you're going to be a part of a skincare company? Yes. Of course you would. Because that's where all the money's at. They also have traditionally the highest retention rate amongst its preferred customers. So if you're going to build a customer acquisition model, which is what we're doing, it would stand to reason to build one in the highest retention product category, wouldn't it? Yeah, because you're going to build a customer base, you want the majority of them to last. That's what we do here. Okay? We're in skincare. Now again, let's talk about Seacret versus all the other MLMs out there. Now there's a lot of great companies, don't get me wrong, a lot of great companies out there. Okay? There's all these different companies, okay, that are in skincare, multi-products. Okay? You got all these in weight loss, vitamins. You got all these companies here in nutrition beverages. You got all these companies here in chocolates, teas, and coffees. You got all these things here in service companies. Some of you have seen some of these companies before, haven't you? Okay? So we've got all these network marketing companies. So many to choose from. What do you do? How do you pick? How do you know which is what? How do you do what? Now again, we know it's network marketing, great. We know skincare is probably the place to be. Okay? But then, how do we know where to get started? The trick is you want to be in the beginning of something, don't you? Don't you want to be in the beginning of something before all the millionaires are chopped up? Before all the top positions are already made out in the company? You know Seacret has 2 top positions that no one's even in yet? We only have like 2 people at the emerald position in the whole company.
Wow. Crazy.
1 person at diamond. 1. 1. There'll be thousands, guys. Thousands at that level. Thousands. Okay? Look at all these companies. So you ask them, who has first mover's advantage? That's first. First mover's advantage. You're in the beginning. All my friends, the guys I know that are making 100, 200 grand a month, 200 grand a week in this business, all of them, without question, they're one of 2 things. They're in the very beginning, or they moved a big team from one to another. That's it. Or they're first international market. You have the ability of first mover's advantage. All these companies, out, done, game over. Sorry about the luck. And I know it is what it is. Okay? How about wow factor products? What's a wow factor product? Look, a product that you can show someone and they see with their own eyes. They don't have to go, I think I feel something. Oh wait, no, that's just gas. For real, right? Or hey, I hope this works. It's some service, something. I don't know if it works. I don't know. I have no idea. There's like a lot of these service companies. Sometimes it's like it's trying to compete against an MCI or like a Verizon these days. Like good luck. They send them a check and say, hey, come back to me. And they're like, okay, now your customer's done. True? Like, you have a weight loss product, next thing you know, they're going to GNC, like, oh, this stuff's half the price, I'm gonna go with this. It's just what it is. So when you have a product that someone sees right then and there, 15 minutes they see it, a few seconds after they rub it on, they're like, I love the peeling gel. I do that stuff when people like do the wrist-to-wrist comparison, like, I want to buy it. Because they get it, they see it. Well-factored products, we have it. That's the company, Seacret, we're it. Now, we have the demonstratable products, okay? That's amazing. We have distribution centers around the world. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you to build up. Some of you are going to have organizations in Japan, Korea, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, right? Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, Canada. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine having organizations all over the world? There's people their lives are improving, their skin's getting better, people are looking better, people are making more babies because they all look good. Married people. Whatever. I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. Right, here's the worldwide brand, guys. I'm telling you, like, people are enjoying these products. I'm telling you, especially as people work together, it's amazing. It's amazing how much people experience success and happiness when they're working with the product, and they can point back and say, "Hey, look at this. You know, we've got kiosks. This whole kiosks around the world is folding into this operation that you can operate in." And here's just some pictures of the kiosks around the world. Or look at this. This is the kiosk in Japan. It's a pretty nice store, right? Kiosks all over the world. I mean, can you imagine people all over the world, again, getting started in your business because you decided, you know, in November to go ahead and start your own secret business, to be serious, to draw your line in the sand and say, I'm going to make this happen today. So, look, next week we're going to go into the products. Next week, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be going in detail how these products work, why they're better, the ingredients, the specifics of how to use them, how to market them, how best to share them. All that's going to be next week, so that's why you're going to make certain you want to be here next week. Again, we do an overview at the front end. It was a little longer today. I think it's, you know, we had the Korean guests, and I think it's very important that we share them. Those guys are legends in the industry. And the one gentleman in this show, I mean, that guy is a legend in the industry. He was one of the top earners in all of Asia, in the industry. And he's here with Seacret. And he could have went in any company he wanted. Any company. People were offering him all sorts of stuff. He came here, nothing. He just started off like any other distributor, got started working the business. Him and Mr. Cameron, they're building an absolute empire there in Asia. So we wanted to take the time. Typically it's about 35, 40 minutes. We do a good orientation, take a break, and we get into the university. So next week, again, products. I think by now that you can clearly see that A, we're in the right place with network marketing, true or false? Yeah. Now skincare is the place to be, isn't it? Yeah. It's just a statistical fact, it is what it is. And of all those companies, skincare would be hard to break into if we just developed some kind of product we think would sell. But having a track record of $800 million already being sold, already proven, in a special niche, like the Denne Seacret products that have true properties that help people's skin, that really work, that you can see it instantly. And we're the first people to take it to market. We're the first people to take it into this great platform of referral marketing. We have all of this track record behind us. It's a complete no-brainer. We're taking it to the market for less than when it's sold at $800 million. That's never been done before, ladies and gentlemen. It's never been done before. You and I have the opportunity to do it. We're first. We're here. We're here to help you. We're here to help you succeed. Thank you for your time. Look forward to seeing you next week.